Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 5th grade concept of multiplying decimals. This is standard 5.3E in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 35 off the 2017 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have Mr. Roosevelt. He's got 48 nails that each weigh 1.35 or 1 35 hundredths ounces. What is the weight of these nails in ounces? So we need to take, if we want to look at a graph here, we can just make a little bit of a strip diagram if we want. We've got our total right up there, and we've got 48 nails. So I'm just going to start a few of these, and then I'm not going to finish. That would take way too long. But let's pretend there are 48. So each of these nails, so there's 48 units, 48 sections, and they each are 1.35 ounces. So if I take that 1.35, I can skip count by 1.35 if I want to. I could do repeated addition, but most of you recognize that by now we are going to be multiplying. So really what we're going to be multiplying is 48 times 1 35 hundredths. Now I'm going to go ahead and put that 1 35 hundredths up on top because I want to treat this like a 3 by 2 multiplication. And if we want to estimate this a little bit, we could round each of these, and we could say, well, 1.35, if you round to its highest place right here, that's going to be to the ones place. The 3 does not change that 1, so it's like 1. And that if we round this to the highest place, that 48 makes that 4 go up to a 50, because 48 is a lot closer to 50 than it is 40. So really, it looks like it might be a 1 times 50. So my estimate, maybe 50. So maybe A, we'll see. I definitely don't think it's going to be D. I think that's way too small. And so what we need to do is we need to go ahead and just multiply these. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend, that's our estimate right there. Let's just go ahead and rewrite it here. But watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave out that decimal, because when we multiply decimals, this is what we do. We forget the decimal. We pretend it's just a multiplication problem without the decimal. So we know how to do 135 times 48. We'll bring the decimal back in at the end. So this is just regular multiplication here. 5 times 8 is 40. 8 times 3 is 24. Add that 4 back in, we've got 28. And then 8 times 1 is 8. Add that 2 back in is 10. So 135 times 8 gets you 1080. Let's get rid of this right here. Put a 0 because we're going in the tens place, because this 4 is really a 40. That's why we always put a 0 in the ones place to make sure we start our second row in the tens place. So 5 times 4 is 20. We're going to carry that 2 right there. 4 times 3, that is going to be 12. And then we bring that 2 back in. That's going to be 14. And now we've got a 4 times 1, excuse me, that's a 4. I'm thinking of my answer already, that's a 5. So our second row is 540, but with that 0, since it's in the 10th place, it's really 5,400. Now we add this up. And we have 8, 4. So it looks like 6,480. But this is where we bring our decimal back in. Remember, this was a 1.35. So let's bring this decimal back in. Here is the rule when you multiply by decimals. You count up how many digits are behind the decimal in the factors. So I've got 1, 2. My decimal will go right here after the ones place. There are no digits behind the decimal in that other factor. So I've just got 2 digits behind the decimal, which means in my product I need 2 digits behind the decimal. So I start it at the end, bring it in once, twice, and I've got 64.80, or I could just say 64.8. My answer is C.